always in the holy presence of God. Today is the feast day of our patron, St. Thomas Aquinas. We pray to him, asking for a safe second half of the school year, and that that he will protect all teachers and students from harm, both physically and mentally. Finally, we pray for a swift, complete, and lasting end to the pandemic. For these intentions and the ones we hold in the silence of our hearts, we pray. Grant, the merciful God, that our desire for these ends.
Just a few things about the creed. So on one side of things, the gyms are pretty quiet, but then people are screaming it in the court at the top of their lungs, turning into a screaming match, or intentionally saying it late and slow. So if we could try to find a middle ground on that, and it's important to remember that when you're saying the pledge or the Hail Mary, you're not screaming at the top of your lungs, and you're not saying it slowly and reverently. So please just take that seriously. And have some pride in it, say it with enthusiasm, but don't push the line. You all know what the line is, so thank you.
Winona State University will be available for a virtual meeting today at 3:30, and North Dakota State College of Science on tomorrow at 11:20. Attention seniors, check your email for a required activities and athletics Google form before the yearbook. The form must be completed by Monday, February 1st. See Ms. Doran for questions. We now have a student council announcement from Jeff Murphy. For those of you who have not heard yet, Winter Week is next week. Yeah! Now here's a run through of what next week has entailed for us. Monday's Pajama Day. During Flex, we're encouraging all advisors to play a movie for their Flex, which means that all cadets have to stay in their Flex during this time period. Tuesday is Minnesota Day. Meaning that you guys can wear any type of Minnesota apparel, which means it could be sports teams, it could be colleges, basically any type of apparel that's about Minnesota. And then during lunch, Spanish Club will be selling churros. On Wednesday is Hawaiian Day, and for middle schoolers, it's House Color Day. During B Block, middle schoolers will be playing trench ball in Holt's gym. For the upper school, we're going to have our second annual boat racing. This event will be live streamed, so all cadets have to stay in their flexes for this live stream. Thursday is going to be college day, so guys just wear college apparel. And during flex, there will be a track drill performance performed in Founders Hall. Again, this event will be live streamed in all flexes, so please stay in your flex during this time period. On Friday, it's Cadet Spirit Day. And then so basically guys, just wear any cadet apparel. And then during flex, we're going to play a popular game called Among Us during this time.
We should be.
On Saturday, February 6th, we are having a group hockey tournament. This event will be on Rogers Lake from 1 to 4 p.m. This is a free event. Cadets are required to bring sticks as well as hockey nets. We also encourage you guys to please wear helmets because you guys will be on the ice. Please do not bring skates or pucks. Also, campus industry will be selling hot chocolate during this time. All proceeds will go to a food drive this spring. For teams, we recommend 10 players per team. Please sign up beforehand, guys, so talk to your class reps. More details will follow about the hockey tournament. Also, the schedule will be sent to your parents today, as well as be posted throughout the school. Please contact me if you guys have any questions. Thank you. Today's senior speech, James Dunn. On July 11, 2019, the phrase, "I could run through a wall" was spoken yet again by Coach Marks. While this comment can be overlooked by many people who haven't gone through our experiences, this is a very powerful thing to hear in the right lecture hall by our entire lacrosse team. Our lacrosse coaching staff loves saying this, especially after the speech that leads up to it. This particular time was before a state quarterfinal game against higher seed and longtime rival Montevideo. Coach Duffy, the 2015 cadet colonel, who had came back from college for a year to coach, had just given an amazing pregame speech with examples from an Army paratrooper, after Coach Marks had already given us all the usual rundown, giving us lineups, what plays we need to work on the state tournament roster. The speech from Coach Duffy had easily given me goosebumps, and I'm pretty sure most of the kids in the room could agree. We had gone an entire season being continuously disrespected by the league. This occurred when we were taken out of the top 10 after having beaten Lakeville North, a top 10 powerhouse, and only losing 2 games all season. We finally had our time to show everyone how good our program actually was. The 2019 lacrosse season holds some of my favorite memories, both good and bad. We had the 6th overtime game versus Farmington, where Baker scored the game-winning goal. The JV game versus Hill Murray, when Seth Ruckers dislocated his knee 15 seconds into his first game. And the bench studies, where everyone on the bench would take part, such as lifting someone up like the opening scene to The Lion King, where Simba was lifted up versus CDH. However, my favorite memory is always going to be the day when we played Montevideo in the state tournament. We had gone into the tournament a lower seed than Mont, and we had just been knocked out of the top 10 spot at the end of the season. This had everyone on the team extremely upset, as we had just beat multiple teams on the top 10. The boys were extremely high for the game. We were losing majority of the game, but I'll never forget when Danny McFadden shot that run the crossbar at the very end of the half. You could tell the energy had changed, and even Coach Marks had stated that he knew we were going to win right when that happened. We were tied 6-6 going into the second half. Montevideo came up and scored twice in the third quarter, while we did not score. We were losing 6-8 entering the last quarter, but managed to bury 5 goals uncontested in the final quarter to pull ahead of the win. I'll never forget the energy on the bench and after the game. It was the first time the STA lacrosse team had gone to state, and we managed to have our 3rd upset in a row, after wins against top 10 teams Egan and Eastridge. The quote, "I can run through a brick wall," had been said many times leading up to this game, typically before a tough game where we had to fight through adversity. Adversity is something Coach Marks had always preached, whether it was during the 2019, 2020, and now even the 2021 preseason. I have heard it every year I played for him, but I did not fully understand until this previous year. Throughout quarantine, I took the amount of times Coach Marks talked about overcoming adversity to heart, and decided to go back through my life and find some answers. Some of the adversity I went through had good outcomes and some bad. The change in my life that caused both difficulty and good memories came from South Korea. Many of you know who I didn't jump, but not everyone knows that he lives with me. This has had its ups and downs throughout the 5 years. Sometimes we would get very annoyed at each other as we are practically polar opposites. Wei-Jin has a great work ethic, which has shown his GPA, or when my parents ask us to do something, and he does it right away, while I always just say I do it after one more game of COD, and do it the next day. This has shown to be quite annoying for me, as it showed in school as well, constantly getting my dad annoyed with me. Wei-Jin always would have perfect grades, while I tended to not do homework, and focus more on sports and video games. Wei-Jin and I do have some similarities, however. We both play lacrosse, we both play a lot of video games. This has led to many memories with him that I'll never forget, such as breaking the neighbor's fence multiple times with lacrosse balls, or checking him on the outdoor rink and him landing face first on the ice. While neither of these ended with him being happy with me, there are definitely some memories that we can both laugh about. Another one of the biggest forms of adversity that I faced was moving an hour away from small-town Cambridge to St. Paul in order to attend the academy. Like the typical senior speech, I too had no desire to go to this school. The idea of going to military school was not very good in my 12-year-old head. After I shattered Wyatt Isaac in my 6th grade year, I immediately switched mindsets.
I quickly realized that it was going to be a tough adjustment. I noticed that I was no longer able to mess around all in class with my friends and that I actually had to pay attention and do homework. While it was not the stuff I was used to, like bringing my fishing stuff to school and head down to the river after school with all my friends, I could still tell there was something special about the school. The start of 7th grade showed a ton of adversity for me. I was used to having easy A's and not having to work that hard. That all changed when I entered the 7th grade advanced algebra class. This class quickly showed me how much harder this would be, as I didn't even know how to do math with decimals. I ended up dropping the class right away. Every year at the school has been very different from the last. Whether it was my first year in advanced algebra or this year in AP computer science. Every year brings a different form of adversity that needs to be overcome. Everyone has different ways of doing this. It could be a Wei-Jin actually doing his homework to get through his class, or me procrastinating in order to enjoy all my free time. Both of us were able to overcome the adversity we faced, and both of us are perfectly happy with where we stand now. Adversity will be seen throughout your whole life, and everyone approaches it differently. Thank you, God bless.
Brigade, attention. Battalion commanders take charge of battalions. Staff fall.
Yeah, that was good. You guys did a great job. Thank you. We're lucky. He's a character. Yeah, thank you very
He's a
much.
character. Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Very honest.
I like how he brings everything in.
Congratulations. That was fun. Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you very much.
What a nice young man. Thank you very much. Thank you.